way he spoke my name. See, Tom and I were partners years ago when we were both with LAPD, so, of course, we'd been through a lot together, and I still considered him a close friend, although we hadn't seen each other face-to-face for several years, and even the phone calls were not that frequent. You know how it is when people go separate ways in life. You mean to keep in touch, but you get so caught up in mere survival that, well, the finer things just sort of slip away from you. And sometimes it just seems impossible to do all the things that need doing, like keeping in touch with old friends, even when it's inconvenient to do so. Now, Tom had left the department about the same time I did. He into the private sector as a security consultant, and me still trying to find some place to be a cop the way I believe it should be done. I spent 5 years straitjacketed with the sheriff's department, while Tom went on to ever bigger and better things. And at the time this all started, he was chief of security for one of the big defense contractors, and we had been totally out of touch for about a year. Last time I talked to him, in fact, was the day I opened my agency, and he called to wish me well. But this time, I knew it was no casual call. Tom's always been cool and unflappable on the surface, but he gets a little telltale stricture of the vocal cords when he's uptight about something. That's how I knew he was in trouble the minute I picked up the phone. Joe? Kiss my ass. Can't believe it, but it sounds like missing Tom Chase. Hell of a time to call, pal. I know. I'm sorry. Are you alone? I looked regretfully at the vacant pillow beside me as I replied, Afraid so. I need to talk to you, Joe. Seriously. Listen, I'm just at the bottom of your hill, a corner of Sierra Madre. Great. Come on up. I'll put the coffee on. No, I think I shouldn't. I could be under surveillance. Could you meet me down here? I was coming wide awake now and reaching for a cigarette. I'm trying to quit, but... Okay, where? Self-serve gas station on the southwest corner. You still driving the old cad? Yeah. Okay. Pull into a pump and start filling up. I'll find you. Look for me in 5 minutes, I told him, and got moving immediately. I actually made it in about 4, dressed sloppily but quickly in a sweatsuit and sneakers. It was a 24-hour combination gas station and convenience store, which I use frequently, and I'd just placed the nozzle in the fill tube of my car when a white Chrysler pulled in at the opposite side of the pump. Tom delayed a moment inside his car, opening and closing a couple of doors and fiddling with something in the glove box. And then he got out of the Chrysler and walked past me without a glance my way as he went to the cashier's window to prepay his purchase. I was still playing with my nozzle when he returned and began playing with his. He made an affable small-talk comment about the price of gas, and we jawed on for a moment the way strangers will at a gas pump. And then he declared in a voice I could barely hear, I'm putting you on $1,000 a day plus expenses, but it's strictly under the table and it's just between you and me. The package is under your car, driver's side. Don't call or try to see me. Don't mention my name to anyone. I'll contact you for reports and further instructions. Don't let me down, Joe. This is really heavy. I hung up my nozzle, got back in the cad, reached down and pulled in a 9x12 manila envelope and took off without a backward glance. And I didn't look inside the envelope until I was sitting at my own kitchen table with freshly brewed coffee in hand. Even that initial look seemed like pretty heavy stuff, yeah. For starters, there were copies of several classified documents in that envelope. One of them outlined the loose parameters of an FBI sting operation that had been in place for several months in the local area, involving the sale of military secrets by civilian employees of government contractors, of which there are many in the L.A. area. Another classified document seemed to be an informal report from an unidentified FBI informant.